All right. So for this episode of the First Hit podcast, it's going to be a special episode, Wildcard Race Edition. Yankees time.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So
where do you want to go?
go.
What do you want to start with?
Oh, yeah, sure. So as of today is Friday. The Yankees are 91-68. They hold the first wild card spot. They're 2 games up on Boston. But wait, Boston and Seattle. Seattle's tied for the second wild card with Boston. And you can't forget Toronto is still 1 game back of those 2. So as of now, it looks like the Yankees are going to be in. It'd be shocking if they missed it. They basically just need to win 1 more. They have 3 chances.
Yeah, I think I'd be more scared of the Mariners than anything else at this point, right? I mean, the Mariners are actually like surging.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays, I'm not that scared of. Like, they're a good team, but they have to like win out and get lucky, right? I mean, that's kind of tough at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ESPN gives them a 13% chance.
But the one thing that any team might have a chance with is the Yankees play the Rays. Right? That's like
Which way?
Like, if any team's going to knock the Yankees out, the Rays would want to, right? I would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the field, I think they could beat the Yankees. Could beat Houston. I think they're like right there in terms of talent,
the
roster, and then Chicago is probably too unproven, not ready yet.
Yeah,
and then
I agree. I don't see Chicago winning it this year, like the AL. I don't think they're there yet. They're a good team.
They'll probably lose first round.
They're a good team. They're like a year off from where you really want them to be.
Yeah, the pitching has been falling off in the second half. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, Lance Lynn, though. I mean, the Mets almost got Lance Lynn. I don't know if you remember, Mets offered JD Davis for him. Now 1-for-1. And then they wouldn't take JD Davis. Like, the Mets did not want to give him up.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And now Lance Lynn is the pitcher they needed.
Yeah, they could have carried them. They should have had the division.
Mets should have had a lot of things.
Fell away.
But in typical Mets fashion, here we are talking about the Yankees.
Yep, every year. I mean, let's talk about how the Yankees stack up with the Rays. What do you think? Well, give me your prediction in 5 games, because that's what it'd be. It'd be a 5-game series.
So it depends on how many games Garrett Cole pitches, right? Because he's going to pitch in the wild card game, right? You assume that.
Yeah.
So that's a tough scenario if he's not able to go a full 2 games and maybe consider even the 5th game. Like, he might go in game 5, right? I mean, if he goes in game 1, in an ideal scenario, he's going to go in game 3, and he's going to go in game 5. And at that point, you don't care about his arm. He's pitching, and he's going to throw at least 5 innings, right? But if he's only going game 2, right, and then he goes game 4, he's not pitching back-to-back games. You can't ask anyone to do that unless they're pitching like maybe 3 innings, right? That's iffy. So one advantage is if they have like a 2-day break for one of the games, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here. So if the Yankees are in, they're going to be playing on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the wild card game. Then game 1 of the ALDS is that Thursday. Game 2 is Friday. So you figure Cole pitches Tuesday. You want him on 4-day. Well, if you don't pitch him, if you go for game 2, he's going to be on 2 days rest. So game 2 is going to be kind of tough.
So you're looking at game 3?
Yeah, they don't play Saturday. So then if you pitch them on Sunday, then you get the full rest, or as close to it. So you're looking at Cole for the wild card
at least 3 days minimum, I think, with Cole during the playoffs. Like, during the playoffs, you push him. But then if you win the series and Cole's tired, you're done anyway, right?
Exactly. And they also have to consider with his hamstring injury, how much do they want to push him, really. So I think game 3 is probably the realistic target. So then you got to talk about who's going to pitch game 1. I'm thinking Jordan Montgomery makes the most sense. I think that's what they're going to roll out for game 1.
I think I agree with that. I can't see the Yankees putting anyone else out there right now.
I agree. In terms of game 2, I think it's an interesting decision. they could go Nestor Cortez. He's probably been the hottest pitcher. It's as crazy as it is to say. I think he might be the guy. If you don't go him, maybe Jameson Tyone, but he's been a little inconsistent.
But
And the other option,
Tyone's more of a true veteran, right? He has that advantage of you can kind of rely on him showing up a bit more.
I think you got to look at it would probably come down to the Rays, the matchup in terms of lineups. I know the Rays have a couple lefties that tend to kill the Yankees, right-handed pitchers.
Well, the Rays also know how to build. I mean, they built the perfect team almost. Like whoever plays for them, they're going to win.
Yeah. Well, I think something interesting, if they go Nestor Cortez to start, he could pitch 3 or 4 innings, and then they could throw Michael King out there. Michael King just came back, and he's been doing exactly what we talked a long time ago, back in the summer. We were talking about what it would mean if Michael King came back, and it's literally all come true. He comes in long relief. He gives you 3-4 innings of quality shutout.
If you have him going right after Cole in a wild card game, that might be impressive.
It depends on the scenario. Like if Cole implodes again like he did the other day, then you throw Michael King out there. But I think ideally you probably want to save him for game 1 or 2, right? So then game 3 we have Cole, and then 4.
Kluber.
I mean, I think so. It depends on if it's a closeout game. That's what you got to think about too.
So you're not running a 5-man rotation in the playoffs, right? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they'd be better off moving.
So looking at Cole, Montgomery, one of Tyone or Cortez, right? So Kluber goes to the bullpen. Maybe
I think so. Maybe you put Tyone in the bullpen. I don't know. Not sure. I mean, also they have Severino back.
You cannot put Nestor Cortez in the bullpen, but I don't know. I mean, Montgomery and Cortez give you 2 lefties in the starting rotation. That would be impressive.
That's ideal. Yeah, that's ideal.
But
they haven't had that since
the Yankees also, I mean, they got lucky with having a lefty in Chapman, right? But outside of that, can you depend on other lefties in your bullpen?
The only one that I can think of that I would, and is Lucas Licky, but he's not someone you put in like in a stopper situation.
He's a mid reliever though, right? Like a middle.
Yeah, he's not.
He's good for like a 5th inning, 6th inning role, but he's not.
Yeah, when there's 2
he's
lefties.
Not a game 5, everything on the line reliever.
No, not at all. Not.
And you don't want.
Not what Zach Britton was.
And you can't use Chapman in the 7th inning. So if a situation comes up, right, and the Rays, they know how to play their matchups, right?
Maybe you take Nestor out the bullpen.
Which was what I was just thinking. If you put Nestor in the bullpen, you have a lefty coming out of the bullpen, and he could give you 3 innings, right, out of the bullpen randomly if you need him. And what's even more valuable, though, is if the Rays are dominating that day, right, like they're crushing right-handed pitching, which they might any day because the Rays know how to build their lineup. If they're crushing, let's pick out a starter.
Take Tyone.
Tyone, his replacement, right? The guy who would go in instead of Cortez. And he doesn't do well. Then you pull out Cortez for 3 innings, and he basically so you could basically start both of them in the same game almost. 3 innings. Something
to think about.
I mean
they have so much depth right now. Literally 3 weeks ago, the problem was no depth, and then everyone's come back. Also, you can't forget Severino.
Yeah, I just saw that
can give
you
3 innings easily. He can easily give you 3 innings.
They could use him also as a opener at times. Maybe if you want to have Cortez or Tyone, especially if Tyone's a starter, maybe you want Severino going an inning or 2 to open it up.
What about this? What about you start Severino as the opener for 2 innings? He's a flamethrower. And then right after that, you bring in Nestor Cortez, 2 completely different pitchers, just to really mess around with them. That's an interesting combination.
I think that will be even more advantageous against the Astros and the Rays. I think the Rays are tough to play matchups against. I think the Rays, you kind of have to play best player available. and just hope you beat
Yeah.
them. But
I mean that's a good point. 'Cause, if you remember last year, the Yankees tried to play matchups with, I think it was game 2. They started J Happ, or was it?
Mhm.
Either way, they had Happ and then Davy Garcia come in, and then it was
Yeah.
just really bad. The game got out of hand quickly. You just got to put your best pitcher in and hope you get the other guys out.
How worried are you about
And I mean,
Cole? How worried are you about Cole though? Because if
scale
he's
of 1 to 10, I'm gonna say 6. More than a little worried, just a little bit,
so
because the
depending on
hamstring
how,
is definitely a thing.
injury is really the only thing I see. Like if he's healthy, like good to go, 100%, no restrictions,
He's gonna dominate.
I'm not worried about him in the playoffs. In the playoffs, I'm not worried. In the regular season, for another start or two, yeah, I'd be worried. But in the playoffs, he's fine. Especially if another thing to consider is what if he goes 7 innings and they bring in Severino, something like that, right? That's scary.
Yep.
That's like having DeGrom go 7 and having Syndergaard coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. It's hard. That's the duo right there.
Also, one more thing to talk about with the Yankees, aside from before we go into the main lineup, Rougned Odor. What's up with
He hasn't
Odor?
played in a while.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it so long.
I think it's interesting you bring that up. I think he may see some more playing time. Luke Voigt just went on the injured list, so
Yeah,
he's probably out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Rougned hasn't played like over the past month. I think it's because, well, first of all, they moved Labor Torres to second base, so that right there, that kind of blocked off Rougned, and I think that in combination, they were trying Rizzo at first, Void at DH, and Stanton field. That kind of created a lot.
Shortstop is Urshela at short, right?
Yeah, and then now they're playing LeMahieu at third, which is a little awkward. Not gonna lie, but it is what it is.
Do you remember when the Mets put McNeil at third long term? He had a few errors that were like, okay, if you were playing second base, you could do that, but you can't like throw that way. You can't move that way to a ball, right? Like some things, it's technically different playing third.
Yeah,
third's all reaction.
Sure.
And
also, LeMahieu's dealing with a little small injury right now, so he's a little bit hampered at third. But it's not some major issue.
Who's the backup first baseman? Rizzo. I'm just looking at that thinking LeMahieu's
LeMahieu. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, lineup wise,
LeMahieu's like the backup for every position, though.
Essentially, yeah.
If he gets hurt, if 2 guys get hurt, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If LeMahieu gets hurt, someone else gets hurt, then you're in trouble.
Tyler Wade, he's someone you could throw all around the diamond. He plays second, short.
But you really want him at short. Whenever you play him, you want him at short.
Yeah.
I think he would shift Urshela at that point.
Yeah, he's someone that could be valuable come playoff time. Boone pinch running, pinch for coming in defensively if they want to take Torres out.
Running for like say, let's see here. I mean Sanchez is the big one, right? Sanchez hits a single in the 7th inning, right? You're pinch running.
Depending on situation, yeah. I mean, the thing is, you got to be
careful. If you're down a run, right? He hits a leadoff single.
Oh, then yeah.
You're pinch running no matter what.
It's just I think that Higashioka is such a big downgrade to Sanchez in literally almost every way, even defensively.
Which is hard to do.
Yeah. And the thing I've noticed, runners on first base, they see Higashioka and they just take advantage. They can steal on him so easily. Whereas with Sanchez, it's not as easy. Of course, he has a great arm.
He has a great arm, but then you also have to consider, are the pitchers as happy? I mean, for now we think so, right? I mean, we have to assume.
It depends on the pitchers.
Yeah.
Because if you know,
maybe if they want to bring in if they want to bring in a certain pitcher afterwards and they know this pitcher does better with, say, whichever one, Sanchez, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm not going to pinch run for Sanchez just yet, right?
Yeah. Top of my head.
I mean, there's a lot of factors going into a decision like that.
Sanchez tends to catch Cortez, Montgomery. And then Higashioka, he always catches Cole, and he also tends to catch Kluber too.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
Kluber
I mean,
you assume is a reliever now, so
yeah, I mean, it depends on. In a 7-game series, it might be different because 5 games is a little condensed in terms of pitching
in a
matchups.
7, it might even make it a bit easier to have Cole go 3 times, right?
Yeah, depends on how the first series plays out. If it goes 5, then that changes things. Which I mean, probably will.
If he goes 5, you might want to give Kluber a start, or even bring in Severino as an opener. And you can't run a full
In the 7-game
bullpen
series?
game, but you could have Severino King back to back.
Yeah, they have
That
to be
could give
careful with
you
that.
5-ish innings, right? 5 innings maybe out of them.
Yeah,
Um,
I would be wary of that though because in years past, postseasons past, they've done bullpen games, and that it never works.
I mean, the Mets have been
It-
running a bullpen game like almost every other start.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
has
feels
worked
like
out.
it feels like every doubleheader, the second game's a bullpen game, which is sad, but
Yeah,
it's fun
I
to
mean, the
watch.
Yankees have
So, like
it's a
sometimes
good
it's kind of
bullpen.
fun. You see relievers you would hopefully never see, and if they do well, it's like whoa.
Miracle.
So Stanton and Judge.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
it.
that sums up the
I just have to
Yankees.
say their names. That's it.
That's it.
They're doing
They've
well.
carried the offense. Without them, there's no way that they're anywhere near where they are. I think they're probably
They almost single-handedly, those two, turned a team at that All-Star break. We said we're out of it. Remember at the All-Star break, we're like, okay, the Mets have this locked up. The Yankees are out of it. We're like DeGrom's the best pitcher in history almost, right? We
yeah.
said,
I mean,
okay, Judge, Stan, we don't know what the hell's going on. LeMahieu's not doing as well as we thought, right? Stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, that's it.
Yep, flip the switch.
They flipped
I
the
mean, they're
switch
probably
and
the Mets without them.
yeah, I mean,
Honestly,
if not worse, they might have fallen. They were falling at the All-Star break. It wasn't like as if they were
yep.
staying around close enough. They were falling. Like they started decent enough. But Yankees offense, I mean, that's really first off the entire American League East, right? Great offenses all around.
Mm-hmm.
Even Baltimore isn't that bad. Let's be honest. I mean,
Yeah, they have some guys.
I mean, Baltimore, right? They can't pitch for their lives ever. It seems
It's
like but
historically bad.
I mean, they have Cedric Mullins, right?
Yeah, he's a. I mean, if they had like an All-Pro for baseball,
I think he put up 30-30, right? This year.
he's probably going to.
Yeah, 30 homers, 30 stolen bases.
Yeah, he's very like I saw something like that.
I think that's one of the easiest parks to play center field in, though, right? It's kind of small.
Yeah, he's got all the tools though.
Oh yeah,
Nice story.
I mean, he's definitely a great player, right? There's no arguing that. But if there's a park where you're gonna, or a team where you're gonna put up 30-30, it's Baltimore because no one's gonna notice anyone in that lineup the first time around.
Yeah,
I guess if you're a pitcher going in to play them, that's the one guy you watch out for, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got someone like, I don't know, Trumbo, right?
You got Mountcastle. He's really
Mountcastle.
good. I think rookie of the year.
I think so too. I agree.
Unless Kellenick, I don't think so though.
No, I don't see anyone else really winning rookie of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, also we have to talk about how clutch the Yankees offense is. Like, I mean, I saw something that Stanton's home run grand slam against Boston was the play with the single most like championship win probability added on one play for the whole season.
Really,
you would have thought
Lindor's grand slam yesterday against the Marlins did that.
Yes, you might think so.
At least Lindor hit 20 homers, right?
Yeah,
like at least it wasn't
little benchmarks.
Yeah, you want to see one of those. I mean, at least he did something, right? It's not like as if he hasn't been horrible the whole year. He put up 3 wins above replacement, right? And considering how bad considering he was like a -2, right? The first 2 months of the season at the end of that, and now he's a 3. So some of that's definitely,
impressive.
He probably played around Gold Glove defense, right? But
yeah, I agree.
But everything else has been the batting average is the issue. He's not hitting like singles or doubles enough, right? Obviously, the homers are down because he's not hitting the ball as much. But considering the contact rate, the power's been there, right? So I would think going forward, he's gonna have a good year. It might not even be next year, but he should be fine at Citi Field. Like you would think, right? It's if the power wasn't there, if he hit like 15 homers, right? Or 10, something like that, some crazy low number, then you'd be really scared. Because then if the power doesn't adapt to Citi Field, then you're in trouble. Like you're in major trouble if the power isn't there. But thankfully for him, at least the power is there somewhat. The contact rate's low enough where you see the home run rate compared to his contact. Okay. I mean, there you can kind of see, okay, he could adapt. It's not like the power is not there. He can hit it out of Citi Field. Alonso's a weird one, though. He hit a lot of balls out away from Citi Field. I think
he got like an Arenado.
Yeah, Arenado.
Or back in the day.
So weird back then. Yeah, Coors Field Arenado. I could hit 350 at home, but I can't hit homers there.
Yep.
It's almost like a game plan. Like that's what it looked like. It looked like as if he was game planning it. Like I don't know how Arenado did that for so long. Anyway, Pete Alonso, 37 homers.
Well, I didn't even know that, honestly.
Because everyone's noticing that there's like 3 guys like 48, right? Salvador Perez has like 48, something like that.
Yep.
You got Ohtani's up there, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yep.
This is up there. Marcus, is there a Semien up there? Someone has a lot of homers.
But I don't think that high, though.
Not that high. Someone has a lot of homers, but not that high. Alonso has 37, though. He might go to 40. He had 2 yesterday.
Judge and Stanton have like 37, I think.
Yeah, I think so, too. They're like right around Alonso.
I don't think they're going to get to 40, though. It's too late. Well, Judge hit one last night.
All it takes is someone hitting 2 in a day, and then you're like, okay, they can do it, right? I mean, Alonso hit 2 yesterday. It's possible. Alonso hit 2 yesterday. It's possible for them. I think one of the 3 couldn't reach. I don't know about Stanton. I thought I saw Stanton.
Yeah, Judge hit 2 last night. So now he's got, let's see, check his stats. Oh, now it's not pulling up. Great.
Let's see. Stanton has 35, so he's not going to reach it.
Judge has 39.
He's going
to hit one in 3 games.
He'll get there. He'll get there. Is he playing at Yankee Stadium now or Tampa?
They're playing at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, he's crushing one out of it.
Yeah.
First pitch. It's going to go. He's going to like try to hit a pop-up out.
I mean, this is going to be an interesting weekend. I mean, this could be a playoff preview. So, I mean, I think this series should be very closely watched.
It'll be hilarious if we have to run a podcast next week saying, the Mariners swept out.
The Mariners beat the Yankees.
The Red Sox and Mariners win out. It'll be hilarious if the Mariners and Blue Jays win out and make the play and make it.
No, I think that the worst possible is the Mariners make it and then beat the Yankees in 1 game. Because it can happen.
On a Jared Kelenic home run.
It can happen.
On a Kelenic home run. That's how it's going to be.
One bad Garrett Cole game, and then the bats just disappear for some reason, which has happened.
I don't even know who's the Mariners' ace.
I don't think they have an ace.
I don't think they have anyone. I don't know their pitching staff.
I know they had the Yusei Kikuchi, but I mean, I don't think.
I know they have. You know who they have? They have 2 former Mets. They have Chris Flexen, who's been better.
Marco Gonzalez too.
Yeah, they don't have a bad rotation. It's just not elite.
It's just not exactly. Yeah.
It's not a rotation you think of when you think of best in baseball. When did they got Tyler Anderson?
Oh yeah, I saw him pitch actually.
Yeah, it's not a bad group there they have. I mean,
it's okay.
I mean, they don't have. I don't know who's going game 1 for them, but
it'll be flexing. I think if it's a wild card game.
Yeah, I think so too. Which is sad because he's a former Met.
I think the Yankees will win the wild card game. Well, let's make predictions. Since
knowing Flexen's a former Met, right? If it's against the Mariners and he's probably gonna throw a no-hitter. Knowing the Mets' luck, he's probably gonna throw a no-hitter the second the season ends. And like a 70-pitch no-hitter, not like a crazy no-hitter, like a 70-pitch easy no-hitter. with a bunch of ground balls. He's gonna walk people just to get a ground ball double play.
That's big thinking.
He's gonna intentionally walk Judge just to get a ground ball double play. That's how he's gonna do it.
That's how you do it. All right, so
That's
to
like
wrap it up,
that's some video game type stuff, right? Walking and great.
MLB The Show. Okay, let's give our predictions for each. We can't really say series, but we can the way it looks like. So, Yankees Red Sox wildcard game. What's your pick?
I gotta go with Yankees on that. I don't see the Red Sox winning the wild card game unless they play another team. No.
Yeah. Okay. Now White Sox and Astros.
Astros, but it's gonna be close.
I say Astros.
Astros have the experience. It's gonna be close.
That's why I agree. That's what's gonna take over the top. Okay. Yankees and Rays.
It's either gonna be a Rays sweep or a game 7. Or game 5.
Yeah.
Game 5 decision, you know?
I tend to agree with that. I think either the Yankees are just going to get completely outclassed or they're going to win in 5. But I'm going to go with win in 5.
Yeah, I think the Yankees could win that in 5. It's going to be close if it goes to 5, but if it goes to 5, also, Tampa might just pull out a reliever out of nowhere they never heard of. He might go 3 innings.
That's what happened. That's literally what happened last year.
Yeah, exactly.
They pulled some like flamethrower out of the bullpen.
Yeah, they probably have someone hidden in like their farm system from like single A. They're gonna pull up.
Not cool.
They've been training him to pitch against the Yankees.
Okay, so we said Yankees and Astros ALCS. Go for it.
Astros sweep just to get the because you're booing them so much. No, that's gonna be a crazy series, right? Yankees Astros.
If that happens, that would be insane.
That would be the amount of signs at Yankee. I would go to Yankee Stadium just to see.
I would get like the grandstand tickets.
Yeah,
exactly. Just to be there.
Yeah.
Just to be in that atmosphere. I say Yankees in 6 over the Astros.
You think 6? I would. Who gets the home game? The Astros get the home game, right? So yeah, I want 6. Yankees win at home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yankees win the American League.
Yeah, so now let's go National League. So it looks like the Giants are going to be in the wild card game. I mean, Dodgers. Sorry,
Dodgers. Yeah, Dodgers.
Dodgers and Cardinals.
Right?
What are you thinking there?
I'm thinking upset. I'm thinking
Cardinals.
I'm thinking Cardinals hit a bunch of doubles. They play good baseball. They play solid defense. They pitch well enough, and they win. Cardinals win it.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing last week. Literally, I think so too.
Like the Cardinals are hot. The Cardinals are feeling good. The Dodgers are kind of like still there, but they're not there, you know? Like the Dodgers haven't been challenged. The Cardinals were challenged.
Yep, 100%. Now we have the other series, Braves and Brewers.
Brewers
in 5.
Yeah, it's not going to be close.
I think the Braves take them all the way.
I could see Brewers in 4, though. It's going to be closer, but I could see Brewers in 4.
Yeah. Now we have Giants.
Matchups. Depends on how they want it on the pitching and stuff, right? But
Giants Cardinals 5-game series. What do you think?
Giants sweep. Yeah, I think so.
I say Giants, but
I think the Cardinals win the wild card game, then go in all pumped up.
Then and then they just fall flat.
Yeah,
I might give them 1.
Maybe I could see that. It's either I could see the Cardinals sweeping if they get really hot, like if they really feel it. Like if they go in and they have good coaching and their coaching is like, hey, you guys won 1 game. Like, come on, here we are.
Now you have finally Giants.
Now you're playing a team that somehow is the best team in baseball.
Yep.
And yet, looking at their lineup, they're all doing well enough, right? Like they don't really have, they don't like, unlike most teams, they don't have like a weak link where like, okay, that guy's, he might be a problem, right? Like, oh, this Sanchez guy, if he lets off a pass ball in like game 7, right?
Yeah, no liabilities. So what do you think? Giants, Brewers, NLCS.
I think Giants win game 1, right? Brewers play at home then, right? They're going to win at home.
In game 3 to 5, yeah.
Yeah, game 3 to 5, they're winning. They're winning at home. I mean, enough. They're going to bring it to game 6-ish. I don't know if they're going to beat the Giants, but if it's the Cardinals at that point, the Cardinals are beating the Brewers.
Yeah, they're so hot. It's like the Nationals a couple years ago.
If the Cardinals get that far in, they're winning the
Yeah.
World Series, honestly, at that point.
Potentially, yeah.
I think if the Cardinals get that far, I would love to see a Cardinals Yankees though.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be
A
so
history.
amazing. The other one I'd like to see is Cardinals White Sox. That would be amazing. That'd be
Yeah.
so hard to get to. I can't see it, but
Yeah.
if that happens and then both teams get hot, that'd be amazing.
So you're going Giants in that series?
I think Giants, yeah. I think the Giants
I'm
are
gonna-
so good right now.
Yeah.
And
So that
especially
means
if they have time to rest starters, right? Which they will. And Buster Posey can get his little rest in between games. They'll be fine.
so then you have Yankees and Giants World Series. What do you think?
It's an odd year.
Yankees. Oh, you know what that means? Yankees in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Yankees win in 6.
If it's the Giants, yeah, Yankees are winning. If the Cardinals get that far or the Dodgers win and get that far somehow, which I
No,
don't.
if it's the Dodgers, then the Yankees are probably going to lose to the Dodgers.
If it's the Dodgers, the
honest.
Yankees are getting swept. It's over.
I don't know.
Okay,
They'll
what?
keep it
Cole
competitive,
throws a
but-
no-hitter game 1, they get swept after that.
I would allow that. As long as it's not the Dodgers, I'll say the Yankees are winning the World
You know who's
Series.
gonna sneakily throw a no-hitter? Montgomery. Very
Think
soon.
about it.
Very soon. I've been seeing the signs.
That's your call.
He's pitching very well right now. He's hot. He has like I don't know, his motion is, I feel like he's gonna get it. Like he one day he's gonna be on. His breaking ball is gonna be working. He's gonna have a good changeup. And if he plays a team like, I don't know, the Mariners.
Remember our people.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for this podcast, right?
Yep.
Nothing else to say here. So special edition wildcard game, which
Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Should be good. Should be good.
May the Cardinals win. That's all I have to say there. So that's it for this one.